Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor. If you have not done so already, please, pretty please, subscribe down below. Alright, so if you guys are ready to hear all the tea on these braids, knotless box braids, you know, the maintenance I choose to do to keep them up, the pros, the cons, all that tea, stay tuned. Alright guys, so these are my knotless box braids. I hope you can see them good. They are really, really long. I decided to get 36 inches because I wanted them like past my butt. So you won't be able to tell if I stand up, but they are like really, 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 really long. They do go past my butt. Probably like I got like this much space before my knee. But anyway, so yeah, I got small knotless box braids. The time, whew, they took longer, way longer. I haven't had braids in years, so I'm not really sure. I can't really compare. But just for these, I want to say it took me at least like no more than 7 hours. And probably if I didn't get them that long, maybe they wouldn't have taken that long. But I heard that the knotless method compared to the regular box braids, it's maybe how the whole process works. I think that might make the time draw out longer. I'm not for sure. That's just what I heard. But anyway, yeah. So I got the small knotless box braids in 36 inches, super duper long. So I love them a lot. Like, I like them a lot. I haven't had braids in so long, but just I've been getting inspiration. Like Janae, she had some. Beyonce always has braids, and they were always long. So I'm just like, let me try something different. But yeah, the knotless is basically just a box braid, except for that's my hair, and then the braiding hair starts getting weaved in, I think. But anyway, so the pros, if you see me looking down here, it's because I have notes, so don't mind me. But so the pros are, one, they're very, very, very lightweight. Like, you know, everybody says like when you get braids or anything, it's like you cannot put them up like in a bun or a ponytail or anything for at least a few hours, maybe a day, because it's like so much tension on your hair. You know, your hair is so tight like that. So that is the first pro. They're very, very super duper lightweight. Like, as soon as she was done, I was able to swing them around, put them up, everything. So that was good. The second pro is they're very natural looking. Like I said before, I like the box braids, and I also like the knotless box braids. I like the knotless better because, you know, you have your hair first and then it gets into the weave with the braid and everything. It's not just like the knot immediately over your hair. So just a more natural looking if you like that better. Then the third pro is less tension on your hair. That's kind of the same as like lightweight. But anyway, so yeah, less tension. I feel like it is because the normal way, you know, I don't know how to braid, but I think you get the weave and then you put it on top of the hair and you braid it, so it's like your hair's already twisted up in that, rather than the knotless. My hair is braided a little bit and then she starts adding the weave in. So I feel like it's less tension because, you know, your hair it's still braided with the weave, but it's still braided with the weave, but your hair is not like immediately like wrapped and tucked all under the braiding hair. So I don't know, I could be wrong, but it feels less tension on my hair. So I'm pretty sure there's more cons, but I'm pretty sure there's more pros, but I can't. Maybe it'll come to me during the video. But anyway, so the first con is it shows hair shedding. Alright, so I don't even think I have any to show you. But what I mean by it shows hair shedding is I was getting like these little white dots on my hair, and I'm like, is that, you know, dandruff flakes, or is it one of the gels I was using in my hair? But then a video I watched, the woman actually explained it, and basically she said that it's the hair follicles, like your hair is shedding and it's like trapped in the braid, it doesn't have anywhere to go, so that's why you see that white little particle. Now, if you want to sit here and pull all them little particles, go ahead, but I'm not about to do that. So I pulled a few. It's really not that bad unless it just bothers you that much. So what I do to conceal that, I do this to keep my braids looking fresh, but to conceal like the hair follicles, white hair follicles showing, I'll just use when I use the jam to like reseal my braids or whatever, it'll kind of like, basically it'll mask all the white dots so you can't see it. So that's the first con, just that you can see your hair shedding. And our second con is it gets frizzy faster. Same thing, there's no weave immediately on top of your hair in the beginning of your root, so it's like nothing's being held down except for like once it gets into the braid. So if you have fine, soft hair like me, and my hair is I'm natural, so my hair is wanting to automatically curl up and unravel out of the braids. So before I came on, I tried to look a little more presentable. But yeah, so you can't really tell, maybe you can, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad, honestly. But yeah, you do get like a lot of frizziness because, again, like I said, sorry, I feel like I'm being repetitive. But like I said before, your hair, the weave is not holding the your hair down. So it's just out at its free will, just ready to go crazy whenever they want. But it doesn't look bad at all. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to mention, this is going on 2 weeks, and today will be the 5th day that I've had these in. So yes, 2 weeks, and today makes the 5th day that I've had these knotless. All right, so the third con is it takes extra long. So yeah, I already said that. I don't know if it's because I got them small and I got them 36 inches. That is pretty long, you know, and time consuming. So maybe that's why it took like 7 hours. But I also heard that knotless braids, period, just take longer. So I don't know. But yeah, that's the last con, is that it took forever. But I mean, if you're willing to sit through that and, you know, you got patience, that don't bother you, then I highly recommend it because they're like so pretty. Like, look at these, like, I just love them so much. I wish y'all could see because they're just so pretty. I just love them so much. So lightweight, you can do any and everything that you want with them. Like, they're gorgeous. But anyway, so yes, that was my last con. So what I choose to do to maintain them is I will use this foam wrap mousse. I think it's called Nairobi. This is the mousse that my stylist told me to get. You might be able to use any kind of mousse, but I know she didn't recommend a lot of bodies. She recommended this, so this is the one I got. I'll just use this. It depends. If I'm going to work, I don't really care. But outside of work, I would probably do it every night before I tie my hair up. After I do everything on my edges, just spray a good amount either in your hands or on the braids and just smooth it in there and all that. And it's basically gonna like mold it and keep all that frizziness intact. And then my main issue is keeping these squares looking, you know, neat or whatever, because if your hair will get really frizzy, like if I didn't come on here without jamming these parts and all that, it probably would look like I have like a mini fro under these braids, to be honest, because it's like the more frizziness you get in your hair, the less easy it'll be to, you know, see the parts. So it'll look like you'll see the braids but you won't see any parts because your hair will be like so frizzy and everything. So what I do is I'll use this Shine Jam, and I'll just, on each square or whatever, I'll just get a little bit, dime size amount, whatever, you don't need a lot, just enough to smooth the parts down. I'll just take some and I'll smooth it on each part, and then I will twist it righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So yeah, I'll twist it the left way backwards, and that'll just like keep the braid intact, kind of like a little twisty thing, but it'll just basically keep your hair intact and just twist it back up so that it's not so much, you know, space right here. So when you twist it back, it's like, it just looks better. It looks more, fresher isn't a word, but you know, newer. So that's what I'll do. I haven't really did that on the back because I'm not really worried about that. You can't see it. I'm more focused on my edges and like this part because my hair is really soft and fine. So all of this and that, like I had to put more into the braid because my edges, they just unravel so easily, and it looked a hot mess. But basically, I'm probably over exaggerating, but it looked a hot mess. But anyway, yeah, so basically that's what I do. I use the jam and I'll use it on each part, and I'll do that probably, if I have to work, I would have to do that probably once every 2 nights or whatever, because where I work it's extra hot and humid, so you know your hair is getting frizzy and all that. But outside of work, I'd probably do it, like, depending on what I'm doing, how active I am, probably once every 3 nights or whatever. And I just, like I said, put that on each square of the braid on my roots, and then I'll smooth it in, twist it backwards, and just hold it for a minute to make sure your hair stays, it doesn't unravel. And then I'll get a little bit on my fingers and I'll smooth it on my braids as well. Sometimes if I do that, when I use the jam on the braids, sometimes I'll either do the jam and then that Nairobi mousse as like the final seal on my braids, or I'll just do the jam and no Nairobi mousse. It just depends, whatever works for you. And my final favorite part is these edges. So what I use right now, because I'm always switching different edge controls, but what I use with these braids in is the Style Booster Edge Control, and I have the scent in pineapple, and it smells so good. Like all of them have a fruity scent, and this one smells so great. But anyway, so what I'll do is I'll use the Edge Booster Style Edge Control, and I'll use an edge brush, and I just use that on my edges, and that's, I mean, I think they look good to be almost 3 weeks old. I feel like they look good. Of course, they're not gonna look like this excuse me, if you know you're not trying to maintain them at all. Like if you're not trying to use, like I sleep with a silk scarf on, and I'll either push all the braids up in there, or sometimes I have like this enormous bonnet. I'll just lay the front down with a scarf, and then I'll just put everything else in the bonnet. So edges or jam, definitely use jam, it'll save your life. But yeah, if you're not doing any of that, showing them any TLC, of course they're not gonna look good, and they're gonna start looking raggedy very fast. But since these are knotless box braids, I feel like they are, you know, a little more, like, you do have to use a little more effort with trying to keep them maintained compared to box braids, maybe. I think that's how they are, but I haven't had regular ones in a while, so I don't know. But anyway, I hope you guys love this video. I hope you got a good amount of info, if not all the info you needed to push you to get these beautiful braids, because I promise you won't regret it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.